Hey guys, it's Brielle or Breezy, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back to my channel. So there's a couple of things that I would like to address before getting into today's video. I've been MIA from YouTube for some years now. I think the last time I made a YouTube video was the summer before my senior year of high school, and I am now a sophomore in college. Basically, you know, senior year, trying to get into college, get good grades, then Corona, because I'm a 2020 grad. Then I started college, and it's college, man, stressful. So that kind of leads me into talking about the direction that I want to kind of steer my channel in now. Something that I've been struggling with throughout college and throughout middle and high school has been, you know, my weight, self-confidence, body positivity. So I kind of wanted to dedicate my channel to that. As I've gotten older, I've noticed that it's not just something that I deal with, and I see it more frequently in others now than I did, you know, back when I was in middle school thinking I was alone. So I wanted to kind of steer my channel in this direction to kind of be an outlet for my viewers or whoever happens to stumble across one of my videos to know that you're not alone. I am nowhere near where I want to be. But with that being said, I still have learned to kind of accept who I am. And, you know, of course I want to improve myself, but at the end of the day, I've learned how to love myself. I feel like it'd be beneficial for me to kind of share, you know, how I get through it on a day-to-day basis. Because even though I love myself, there's times where it's hard and there's days when it's rough, and it's like that for everybody. So that's basically kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't really feel like I can, you know, start a self-love / weight loss channel if I don't start by opening up to everybody. What I want to do with today's video is kind of just open up about my struggles, explain to you guys my story. I feel like if I build that connection now, it'll be more beneficial, you know, in later videos. Yeah, let's get into it. So, man, I'm sitting here thinking about what I want to say, and it's just, I never really said these things out loud. So it's kind of difficult for me to think about. I don't know. Basically, I started having struggles with my weight from a very young age. Since I was a small child, I was always, you know, chubby, always in the highest percentiles for my age group. Going to the doctor as a child in elementary school, you know, and them telling my mom like, oh, she needs to eat healthier, lose weight, da 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 da, as a 10-year-old, you know. And yes, I was 10, so as much as I'd like to be like, oh, I didn't fully understand, it's still like that stuff has some type of mental effects on you. So when I was in 5th grade, I was 9. I was in 5th grade at the age of 9. Yes. No? Yes. I started high school when I was 13. So yeah, when I started at 5th grade, I was 9 years old. That is when my parents got me my first gym membership. At the age of 9, I started going to the gym like 3-4 times a week. My mom started putting me on diets and, you know, making it clear to me that I needed to lose weight. You know, all of my friends were super skinny, and then there's me, I'm all chubby and stuff. I did competitive cheer, so, you know, being like a chubby cheerleader in a uniform and all your friends like got perfect little athletic bodies, you know, that stuff kind of takes a toll on you. When I started middle school, I kind of took it in my own hands to start working on me and my body. And it was really hard for me to love myself, especially starting middle school. I was 10 when I started middle school, and going into that type of environment, you know, it's not the same as elementary school where everyone's so nice and da da da. I actually got bullied a lot. And the thing is, like, I'll show you pictures in the video, but like, I wasn't even that big. I remember like all the time on the school bus, like guys would pick on me and call me fat and say all this stuff. It hurt. It did. Like being told things like that in the 6th grade, it wasn't fun. So at that point, I kind of took things in my own hands. I obviously couldn't go to the gym without my mom because I was a minor. So I'd ask her if we can go to the gym. I started working out a lot. I was still doing cheer. And by the time I got to 7th grade, I started doing competitive dance. So I spent a lot of time at the dance studio. I was doing basketball at my middle school. Then my dad got me a personal trainer. The whole purpose of the personal trainer was not for me to lose weight. He got me the personal trainer to kind of like condition my body for basketball because my dad wanted me to be a basketball star. Didn't happen. Anyway, yeah, that was the whole point of the trainer, just to condition for basketball. But I started losing weight really fast. Reason being is we did a lot of weight training, and so me putting on all that muscle and on top of doing dance, on top of going to basketball practice, it caused me to lose a lot of body fat, and I got super skinny. During this time, my mom had me on the cabbage soup diet for like a month when I first started training. So I was literally eating cabbage soup and protein shakes and working out, going to basketball practice, going to dance practice. So it was a lot to put on a 12-year-old body. It was a lot. But I didn't really have a problem with it because I was finally skinny after years of being that chubby kid, getting picked on. You know, I was skinny, people started having crushes on me. Like, I felt so good about myself. I stopped doing training like probably that summer before 8th grade, I believe, is when I like stopped doing training. Mainly because, one, I stopped playing basketball. I started doing dance that same year, and I fell in love with dance. Like, I still dance in college. I fell in love with it. And so I went from only taking hip hop to, you know, doing hip hop, tap, jazz, ballet, clogging. Like, I was doing everything. So with the amount of hours I spent at the dance studio, there really wasn't time to do anything else, and there was no need for me to do anything else. I also started doing cheer at my middle school. So it was a lot. Like, I really didn't need to be doing anything else. I wasn't dieting, I was eating normal foods, but I was still, you know, still skinny. Fast forward a little bit, freshman year of high school, I went to an early college high school, and basically what that is, it's you do all 4 years of high school in your freshman and sophomore year, and then your junior and senior year, I went to University of North Carolina, Wilmington, and I took classes there. The whole reason I explain the situation is because it is an extremely stressful environment. All of the classes that we had at Isaac Bear were honors classes. So I would have 5 honors classes a day. I'd be at school from 8:30 to 4:15. It was really stressful. And it was kind of a pretty toxic environment, if I would say so myself. You know, some of my teachers, if you got a B on anything, you were kind of looked down upon. So you had to go the extra mile to try and get A's in 5 honors classes, and it was difficult. And me, I was the only black girl at my school. There's only 50 people in my grade. There's only one other black person. He was a boy. So I just felt like I had to work the extra mile to prove myself. I was still dancing, spending hours at the studio. I was very stressed out. I wasn't getting a lot of sleep, so I was doing homework. And even the stress was causing me to not be able to sleep when I was, like, if I got my homework done early, I wasn't able to sleep. And so throughout my freshman and sophomore year, I gained a shit ton of weight. Excuse my language. I just don't even know how else to put it. So in the pictures that I showed where I was like super skinny in middle school, I was still like 165. And I'm 5'7", so like 165 sounds like a lot, but on a 5'7" girl, I know it was mostly muscle, not just me being skinny. Sorry, my turtle just jumped off the dock and it threw me for a loop. Anyways, so I went from being 165 pure muscle to being 220, barely any muscle, majority body fat. I didn't really notice the weight gain until like midway through my sophomore year. And I was like, wow, I gained like, what, math? I don't know math. What is that? Like 50 pounds? Something like that? I don't know. I gained a good bit of weight, and that kind of put me into a state of depression. Just because, you know, at such a young age, I was trying to be that skinny, ideal body type that I wanted. And then it just all went away so fast. And it kind of shocked me, and it made me feel bad about myself a lot. So I tried all types of fad dieting. I just tried so much stuff. I went through a lot. It wasn't a fun time for me. I just really struggled to love myself after gaining all that weight. It was just difficult. Fast forward, it's my junior year of high school, so I'm attending English. I'm attending the university. When I started going to UNCW, obviously it's a college campus, so I'm doing a lot of walking from class to class. So on top of all the dance classes I was taking at my studio, I started doing dance team there. And then when I was at UNCW, I was doing dance classes. So first thing in the morning, I'd go to school and I'd be taking ballet or I'd be taking modern. Like, I was always dancing. We didn't have meal plans at UNCW, obviously, because we weren't paying to go to school there, right? So all we could do was take classes, and we had access to some things, but not what every college kid has access to. So if we wanted to eat lunch, we had to walk all the way to Isaac Bear. So like if you have class during lunchtime or you just simply don't want to go over there, you're not, like, I'm not on campus eating food. So like no freshman 15 for this high school junior, am I right? So I didn't really have access to, the piles of food that I was used to eating before. So I'm going to school, dancing at school, walking around campus, after class, going to the other high school, going to dance team, going home, eating something, getting a little bit of homework done, then going to dance practice for 2 hours a night. I was doing a lot more activity than I was doing in my 2 years at the trailer. You probably wouldn't understand what that means, but we referred to Isaac Bear as the trailer because it was literally just a very large trailer. I ended up losing like 30 pounds just in between the beginning of my junior year to the end of my junior year. And I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even attempting to lose weight. I was not dieting. I wasn't doing anything. And that was really nice. Like, it was awesome. Like, one day I just realized, wow, I am actually a decent size. Now, at this point, I was like 190, which sounds like a lot, but with the way with my body composition, I was a good bit muscle. I don't know, I was really happy with the way I looked at 190. I think dance required a lot of abdominal strength, so I was working my core a lot of quad strength, so I was working a lot of parts of my bodies that caused me to have that physique that I liked. I was really happy with it. I didn't care that I was damn near 200 pounds. I looked good and I was happy about it. I started going to the gym in the mornings before class. My dance class was like at 9:30 or 10, I don't really remember. So I'd get up early, I'd go to the gym, and I wouldn't do a crazy workout because I would obviously have dance multiple times a day. So I just go to the gym. I do like some abdominal workouts, or like some days I would just walk on the Stairmaster. I love that thing. Oh my god, I love the Stairmaster. I would get one and keep it in my house. But yeah, I would do stuff like that, just some light workouts just to add some extra activity. And yeah, I was doing that for some time and I was losing more weight. I got down to 180 in the course of from October to, I want to say, February. March of that year, we were hit with the coronavirus pandemic. So at this time, we didn't realize how crazy things were going to be. I wasn't too worried about it, sitting in my bed, eating chips, eating ice cream, because everyone went and raided the freaking grocery stores, so all that's left is freaking noodles. I was eating a lot of non-perishables, which snacks, like non-perishable snacks mainly. So a lot of stuff that's not really good for me. And once we came to terms with the fact that this was going to be a long-term thing and I wasn't going to be in school the rest of the semester, I was like, okay, if I sit in my bed and I continue to eat like this, I'm going to end up right back where I started. I started doing a program called Insanity. It's a 60-day program, so I was like, by the time I'm done with this, quarantine will be over, it'll be summertime or whatever, and I'm just going to do it to keep me in shape. Because like I said, I was doing so much activities, so me just sitting in the bed doing nothing kind of offset that a lot. And so between March to like June, I did gain 10 pounds. I was like at 190. I was between 190 and 195. It fluctuated. But I was okay with that because like I said, I loved the way that I looked at that weight. And at that point, prom was canceled, so no reason to be stressing over it. And I was fine. And then I got to college. Cases of corona went skyrocketing and they sent us all home. So yeah, we went home and did online school. I did online school for the entire year. So during that time, I will admit I was not working out how I should be. I was eating snacks. DoorDash became a very popular thing during that time, and it was really easy for me to just DoorDash food, right? So I'm DoorDashing Taco Bell, and I'm DoorDashing McDonald's, and DoorDashing this and that. I'm going out and buying food because like I'm driving, hey, and I'm not working out, no type of activity, just sitting in my bed on Zoom calls. And that caused me to gain back all the weight that I had lost since my sophomore year of high school. I am still in that boat. I still haven't managed to lose the weight, which is kind of messing with my mental. I didn't start attempting to lose the weight until over the summer. And so over this summer, my mom's good friend is a personal trainer, and she was training me. I started doing training with her over the summer, and we were doing like weight training and stuff. And I only lost like 10 pounds in that time, but my body composition changed. So a lot of my body fat did turn to muscle, and you can see that. So I'll show you guys what it looked like when I was only 10 pounds lighter, but it was a complete difference. So I came to school August 2021, and I got an apartment, which is where I am now. So, you know, not eating on campus foods. I'm forced to cook my own meals, all that good stuff. So I got here. I was like, okay, we're gonna try the keto diet, right? So I did keto for like 2 months, and it worked really well for me because I'm one of those people, like, I eat carbs and I go. So the keto diet worked really well for me. However, it was really hard to sustain it. Like, I would be good for like 2 weeks, and then I'd go home for the weekend to see my mom, and she'd cook me a meal because, you know, she hasn't seen me. She loves to cook for me. She'd cook me a meal, and then I'd be out of ketosis because whatever she cooked involved carbs, and I'd have to start all over again, which I wouldn't gain the weight back, but the process of ketosis would have to start over, and it would kind of slow down my weight loss. But I did keto for 2 months, and I lost like 15 pounds in that time span, which was really nice. Around November, when it was Thanksgiving time, I didn't like just say, oh yeah, I'm not doing keto anymore. It just kind of happened. I went home for Thanksgiving break, eating all types of junk, and I just never went back keto. And so what happened was, whenever you get off the keto diet, you're supposed to slowly incorporate carbs and whatnot back into your diet. And I didn't do that. I went home and just started going crazy. So I gained every single pound that I lost back. Half of the month of December, it was me eating whatever, gaining weight back. And then I realized I stepped on the scale just out of curiosity, and I was like, wow, I really gained all that weight back. It's like a consistent yo-yo. So I'm back at like 230 at this point. And so I'm like, okay, something needs to change. So I started my current weight loss journey that I'm on. So for the second half of December, I didn't really, I didn't really diet, because I feel like dieting is just so toxic and it doesn't work. And I can go more in depth on that if y'all want me to in a later video, but it doesn't work. It really has to be a lifestyle change. And so I was like, okay, we're not gonna go completely crazy. We're not gonna go say we're never eating this again and never eating that again. We're gonna start small and we're gonna start sustainable. So I didn't even work out because I was working 8 hours a day, like 30 something hours a week, right? So yes, it's not a lot of activity, but it's more activity than I was doing on break before I started working. Basically, I just did some small lifestyle changes. I didn't count my calories per se, but I watched my calories, right? So no, I'm not sitting here tabulating everything I eat, but it's more like, oh, I've already eaten a good amount of food today. Do I need to go and eat that 800 calorie cheeseburger, right? A big thing for me is like really questioning whether or not I'm hungry or if I'm just bored. I think that's a big problem that I've always had. Am I hungry or am I bored? Yeah, so if I realize that I'm not actually hungry, then I just would make the decision to not go. And between December and now, I've lost 20 pounds just from making that change. My New Year's resolution was to start adding more exercise to my daily activities. So since I'm back on campus, I have been walking a lot back and forth to class. My apartment is on the 3rd floor. No, we do not have an elevator, so I do have to walk up 2 flights of steps. I brought my dog with me this semester, so I have to take him for walks. I'm taking a dance class here at NC State, so I'm going to dance in the morning. I happen to be in Naval ROTC, so we've only had 1 PT since the semester started, but I get a PT in once a week, and I'm also, working out on my own. And I will also get into a video of what workouts I do. Yeah, so in making those simple lifestyle changes, I have been able to get down 20 pounds, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with myself. And I feel like this way I can really keep the weight off. My goal is 60 pounds total, and I'm hoping to reach this goal by the end of 2022, which I think is totally possible. I realize that I'm not going to be able to sustain losing 20 pounds a monthly. I just think the reason it happened was because of all the activity I started doing again. I don't drink juice or sodas. I drink a cup of coffee with creamer in the morning because I love my creamed coffee. I drink like a gallon of water a day. I'm working out for at least, if you include my dance class and my 30-minute workouts that I do, I'm working out for at least 2 hours a day. I've also, stopped eating microwavable meals, stopped eating ramen noodles. I'm actually cooking my own food for every meal. So basically, I just want to make videos kind of following my weight loss journey. And if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments because I want to help anyone else with their journey. And it's not just about weight loss. It's about self-love and learning to love yourself. And I know I didn't go too in depth with it in this video because it's just supposed to be kind of like a general overview of kind of my story. But, whatever you want me to go more in depth on, please leave it in the comments. Yeah, that's my story. I'm going to try and upload weekly if at all possible because college is stressful. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.